They call it the Black River not because of its depth, but because of its decay. By the late 1980s, the once thriving river had lost its charm, turning into air hitam black water. This is Sungai Juru, located in Penang, Malaysia. Today, it is widely recognized as one of the most polluted rivers in the country. It has been highlighted by the World Health Organization (WHO) as one of the dirtiest in Southeast Asia. It is the result of a perfect storm of three major pollution streams. First are the point sources. For decades, manufacture and rubber processing industries has discharged continuous streams of toxic effluent directly into the water. Second is the heavy load of domestic waste. Uncontrolled urban expansion has led to a massive influx of untreated household wastewater and sewage. It has overwhelmed the river's natural ability to flush itself out. Finally, the river suffers from non-point sources pollution. This is the runoff that is harder to see, but just as deadly. The animal waste from farms and chemical contaminants run overland by the water. Studies reported that as early as 2004, the Juru River was already classified as Class 5 water quality. This indicates severe organic pollution and complete loss of ecological health. The impact of this pollution extends beyond of the river itself. Environmentally, aquatic life has been severely affected due to low dissolved oxygen levels and habitat degradation. Socially and economically, communities surrounding Sungai Juru face increased water treatment costs, reduced fisheries potential, and heightened health risks of polluted water sources. Despite environmental regulation and years of increased awareness, pollution in Sungai Juru continues to persist. This clearly shows that relying on a single solution is ineffective. Engineering treatment system alone couldn't resolve the issues if industrial discharge continues without a strict enforcement. At the same time, regulations are ineffective without a proper treatment infrastructure, and natural ecosystem couldn't recover without a pollution reduction at the sources itself. Therefore, an integrated solution is essential. One that combines effective engineering measures to reduce pollutant loads, strong policy and regulatory enforcement to ensure compliance, and also nature-based restoration to support long-term ecological recovery. It is time to restore water quality and secure long-term sustainability. Because a river deserves a brighter future.
Next, I will explain the physical, chemical, and biological causes of pollution at Sungai Juru. Rapid industrial development, urbanization, and human activities around the river have greatly affected its water quality. First, I will explain the physical causes of pollution. Physical pollution refers to the changes in the river's physical condition that degrade the water quality and habitat. At Sungai Juru, this includes the plastic waste, food packaging, construction debris, and sediment from the land clearing activities. Uncontrolled disposal of rubbish by nearby residents and illegal dumping has already worsened the problem. Soil erosion from construction sites also increases the turbidity, making the water muddy and reducing the sunlight penetration, which affects the aquatic life. Hence, the chemical causes of pollution are mainly linked to the industrial and domestic activities. Sungai Juru is located near the industrial area where factory effluents containing heavy metals, oils, and toxic chemicals are discharged into the river. In addition, household wastewater such as detergents and cleaning agents contributes to high level of ammonia, phosphate, and nitrates. These chemicals reduce the dissolved oxygen in the water and can be harmful to the fish and other organisms. Lastly, the biological causes of pollution involve contamination by microorganisms and organic waste. Untreated sewage from nearby residential areas introduces bacteria, viruses, and pathogens into the river. Animal waste from farms and food processing activities also increases organic matter in the water.
Water pollution in Sungai Juru, Pulau Penang has caused severe environmental, social, economic, and health impacts to living organisms. From an environment perspective, the discharge of industrial effluents, domestic sewage, and agricultural runoff has degraded water quality. This pollution reduces the dissolved oxygen level, disrupt ecosystem balance, and cause the loss of aquatic biodiversity, including frequent fish death. In terms of social impact, pollution in Sungai Juru affects the quality of life nearby communities because the river no longer functions as a recreational area. Polluted water, accumulated rubbish, and foul odor make the river unsafe and unattractive for leisure activity, which limits the community use of the area. From an economic perspective, water pollution affects local fisheries by reducing fish population and fishermen income. It increases government spending on water treatment and river rehabilitation and lower land value and investment potential in surrounding area, which hinders sustainable economic development.
I will discuss the health implication of pollution in Sungai Juru, Penang. One major concern is heavy metal contamination, including metals such as lead, cadmium, nickel, zinc, and copper. These metals accumulate in fish, particularly in organs like the heart and liver. When contaminated seafood is consumed, the metal build up in the human body. Long-term exposure, especially to nickel, can damage respiratory organ and increase the risk of cancer. Pollution in Sungai Juru also affect the surrounding environment and air quality. Toxic particles and gases released from polluted water can become airborne and inhaled, leading to respiratory problems, especially among children and elderly.
We have three purpose integrated solutions: one, engineering solution, policy or regulatory solution, and natural treatment solution. For the engineering solution, we use advanced modular wastewater treatment (AMWT). The purpose of this treatment is for the installation of decentralized modular treatment units at the major discharge points of the prior industrial estate, and also the system use advanced oxidation process and ion exchange technology. These methods are effective in removing heavy metal such as lead and cadmium, which are common pollutants in Sungai Juru. The treated wastewater must meet the standard B under the Environmental Quality Regulation 2009 before it discharged into the river system. And also this treatment support the SDG 12, which is encourage industries to manage their waste responsibly. Secondly, for the policy solution, which is we use zero liquid discharge or ZLD mandate. This policy is proposed specifically for the Juru River Basin, and it requires high polluting industries to install water recycling system so that the wastewater discharge into Sungai Juru is reduced or eliminated. And also, this policy also applies the polluter pays principle, where the industries that discharge more wastewater must pay higher charge. And this encourages the industries to reuse 100% of treated water. And this ZLD mandate follow the SDG 12 by reducing hazardous waste from entering Sungai Juru. Next, for the natural treatment solution, we come up with the floating treatment wetlands (FTW). For Sungai Juru, the floating bio islands can be placed in the midstream and downstream areas of the river. This system uses native aquatic plants such as frog mites that function to absorb excess nutrient from the agricultural runoff, especially from the pig farms. These wetlands should be placed in low velocity zone to allow plants' root to grow effectively and improve the phytoremediation process. And also, this treatment support the SDG 11, which is FTW helps to protect the environment and the livelihoods of the local fishing communities along the Sungai Juru.
First, effectiveness and feasibility. Policy ranks the highest as it completely eliminates pollution by stopping discharge. Engineering follow with a proven 90% plus removal rate of heavy metals. Neutral solution are best suited for final polishing and nutrient removal. Second, cost and resource efficiency. Neutral is the most cost-effective, requiring very low maintenance and no electricity. Policy save money long-term through water recycling. Engineering has high initial cost (CAPEX), but prevent expensive environmental fines. Sustainability. Neutral restore biodiversity (SDG 11), while policy drive a circular economy (SDG 12). Engineering promote industrial accountability. Fourth, legal and safety. Compliance. All solutions are compliant with engineering meeting AEQA 1974 standard and policy directly supporting Department of Environment DOE enforcement strategies.
In conclusion, Sungai Juru is a real example of a complex water pollution problem that caused by industrial activities, domestic wastewater, and urban runoff. So, because of the causes of this pollution, we come up with the integrated solution that was proposed by combining engineering policy, and ecosystem-based approaches. We come up with the AI-based monitoring that help reduce pollution at the sources, and then it's suitable for the improving water quality and protecting communities around the Sungai Juru. And here, our research can be referred to these references. Thank you.